Well, hello everyone and welcome up here in the Freed Center. Today on our next Vanguard season preview, we have head coach Russ Davis, which only means it is time for Vanguard women's basketball. Coach, thanks so much for joining me this morning. How are you doing today?
I'm going good, thank you. How about yourself?
Doing well, thank you. So, reflect a little bit. Now, I know we could talk about this for probably an hour on itself, but reflect a little bit on the end of the NAIA era and what that organization has meant to Vanguard women's basketball.
Well, it's meant a lot. That's a lot of our history. So now we got to try to create a new history. We've had a lot of great players that have done a lot of things, a lot of great teams. Been ranked. Just all these records we broke and all these accomplishments, which are great. And we're always going to have those. Now it's time to create some new memories and as we move. Make the move to NCAA. That's always going to be really special for everybody that was part of it, the history and the culture. Now we just transfer it over.
It is time to get going because the season is almost upon us. Well, 21-6 last year, 12-2 in the final year of the Golden State Athletic Conference for one final GSAC regular season championship. Made the NAIA national tournament again, won a game and then lost a game to end the time there. So overall last season, what are your thoughts?
Well, considering we had two major players that we thought we were going to have, didn't have like a week before school started, that was a big impact, but I thought the girls really stepped up and got through that, and we had, having Melissa really helped, her senior campaign. She had one of the best years in Vanguard basketball history, and then, we had a returning All-American point guard in Howie, and then the rest of the girls really stepped their game up, and we figured out a way, despite the injuries and everything else we had, and found a way to bring home a championship, which was great. I was really proud of the girls.
Melissa Kulu graduates in a historic career. Excuse me. What does her time to Vanguard mean to you in women's basketball?
Well, anytime somebody travels from that far away, coming from Uganda, being away from her family, immediately the first thing is we want to create a family for her, because she just can't jump on a plane and be home in a few hours. It's a 2-day trip, and so she made a huge impact on our team, but more importantly on this campus and in the community and across the NAIA, to be honest with you. Just how she represented herself and her Lord and the university in every situation. That's a huge impact that we lost. So the next person up, we're not going to be able to replace her. It's going to take, other people to step their game up, and new people coming in, and returners stepping their game up, and you can never replace somebody like that that easily. So, and not just the basketball part of it, just everything she brought. So we have some other people that are going to be in that line too coming up, and so it's exciting for them. It's exciting for new opportunities for some other people to step in there and show what they can do.
All right, so we're going to talk a little bit about who's on your team this year, and we'll start with who is coming back. Leading off will be point guard for the past couple of years, in Hallie C, who's done just about everything you could ask of her.
Yeah, Hallie's great going into junior year. She really is like an extension of me on the court. So I have full trust in her, and she'll have another outstanding season, I'm sure.
Then you have Jaron Madsen, Sarah Matosian, two that can play down low, kind of kick out to the wing, kind of fill whatever role you need out of them.
Yeah, they're both big guards, and Sarah's going to play more of a forward spot for us. So they can both they're both really skilled, and I expect big things from both of them this year. They've been practicing really well.
Moving out a little bit to the wing, beyond the arc, Alexa Silva comes back for another year, as well as the second year of Ashlyn Crabtree. What do you got on those two?
Well, without giving out full scouting report, they're, Alexa's she's like another coach on the floor. I think Alexa wants to get into coaching when she's done, and she's going to be one of the better ones that we've had that played for us. She got that huge basketball IQ, and so I feel really comfortable with Lex out there in times of games because she just really understands what's going on both sides. And then Ashton in her second year, especially the last couple of weeks of practice, she's really turned it up a notch. So, battling some injuries and stuff like that, but she's, you know, she can really go, and she's going to change some things because of her ability to shoot the ball. So, like Lex and like Jaren, you know, I think Jaren's been like one of our better shooters out there throughout this whole preseason stuff. She really came back in great shape and really worked hard, and you can tell it's really showing for her.
Then you've got a couple players who are coming back that didn't feature a lot last year, in Mia Titano and Gwenny Hardison, who were injured, and then Naomi Hotchkiss and Hunter Simon off the bench in the center role behind Mel last year.
Yeah, a couple of those girls are still battling some stuff. I think Naomi's really come a long way, and she's getting better weekly and recently daily. And I think she's understanding what she needs to do to be able to get there on the court. I'm sure she's going to be able to get some minutes for us this year. A lot of it just depends on, you know, on her continued growth. But she's fully bought in, and I expect a big future from her still. And then Hunter, hopefully Hunter's going to be healthy. And Hunter's one of our most athletic, dynamic players that we have, and I think she's going to surprise some people. So she has that ability as well. Just got to keep her, you know, on the floor and both in practice and in games. And yeah, she's really, I would say, matured a lot on the court that way, and learning and understanding what's really needed from her. And so she's been stepping her game up as well this year. So I'm really encouraged with the depth that we have, and the forward spot. We have way more depth than we had last year. Actually, in guards too, we have a lot of players, so we have a lot more depth.
Which will be key with so many games in a row, especially a lot of PacWest teams being able to rotate a little more. I'm sure will help keep some legs fresh.
Yeah, because we got some people going in and out of the lineup, and going in and out of the training room and stuff like that, so we're trying to navigate all that kind of stuff. But having depth really helps us navigate that. But yeah, right now we're just kind of learning everybody. We actually really kind of have a new team. We relied so much on Mel last year that it'll be interesting to see how we mesh and how long it takes us to mesh and then play this kind of new style that we're going to play.
Yeah, you've got, I counted up here, 7 new players coming in that are looking to make an impact. Transfer in Miss Kubi.
Okay.
Came over from Westcliff. What position does she play?
She's going to play a forward spot for us, small forward. You know, she'll be able to make an impact this year as well, like just how hard she plays and her, you know, she just plays hard every possession. Those are my kind of players, you know, she picks things up. She's like, it's important for her to compete and play hard, and, you know, she can defend probably 4 different positions, which is great. And so, you know, so I see her making an impact her first year. We have another transfer that's we're waiting to get cleared, so I think she's going to make a big impact as well. And then we have first time for me, I have one of my former Vanguard players, actually SEC players from back in the day, his daughters with Emma. So Emma Schaaf, her mom played for me back in the late 1900s, early 2000s. So 6'3" freshman that could do a lot of good things. It's gonna have a really good career here, you know. And then some other freshmen. We have a local guard, Ariana Hudson, that we've known for a while, and she's gonna do some great things as well as some of the other kids we have in. You know, we have a lot of you know, we have some freshmen that are gonna be ready to go right away, and some freshmen that are right on the edge. Some freshmen are gonna take a little longer. So. The biggest thing I love about our freshman class and our transfers is the people they are. And they're going to find their different ways to contribute. And, you know, they're still learning our system. They're still learning our standards. They're still learning that, but they fit in like a glove. So not the gloves from the famous trial, but they're fitting in pretty well. You know, they fit much better than that glove did. Yeah.
Exactly. So we are now just a couple weeks away from the actual season starting. You get a little trip up to Cal, take on the Golden Bears in exhibition, but then you go on the road to start the year. You've got a couple games up in British Columbia before a couple games over in Montana. So how do you get the year started?
Actually, we go to Cal, then we come back, and then we go to Westmont.
Westmont, sorry.
Yeah, no,
you play Montana school there, though.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So, you know, we don't have it easy. We, you know, we're travel partners and playing these tournaments with Westmont, so we're playing the same people. And Westmont historically is always scheduled tough. So we're really just jumping in the fire, playing a lot of these good teams on the road and neutral sites, and you know, obviously there'll be home sites, but so we'll really be tested early, and I'm anxious to see how we do. You know, we had a little scrimmage earlier against another D2 team and learned a lot about ourselves there, and I think we're going to have some learning opportunities early to see. You know, anytime you go against other competition other than yourself, you really get to kind of see your identity and see who can do this and do that versus every day in practice type stuff where you know people. So, yeah, ideally, I'm not sure if that's a great move, but I like playing competition, and you know, our first year here, we're going to learn more about other teams, and they're going to learn more about us as we transition into NCAA Division II.
A couple of those teams, I believe, were NCAA regional teams in Billings, and what's the, is it one of the?
I think it's out of Washington.
Yes, yeah, Washington, so that would be interesting.
And
then
going to Simon Fraser is interesting to me because they used to be in the NAIA years ago, and when a good friend of mine, Allison McNeil, who's also was the Canadian Olympic coach of Simon Fraser, she's like a legend up there. And they were always one of the top teams in the NAIA, and watched them go to the Final Four several times. So it's like they have a rich history of Simon Fraser, and we're going to go play it this year. It's a traveling tournament with the 4 teams. That's where we're also going to play a Montana Billings team who's actually really good. They came down here in the region last year and beat Azusa, who was our conference championship.
You ran away with that.
Ran away with it undefeated, and they beat them on their home court, which is quite a feat because Azusa and their coach up there, they do a great job. So, yeah, it's not easy, but you know, if you're going to jump in the pool, and then you can't just put your big toe in there. You got to just dive in and you know, start swimming. Let's just hope we don't drown.
That's right. Then you eventually come back, make your debut here in the Freed Center on the 21st of November, taking on Westcliff. Mm-hmm. We can talk about that game, of course, but take this moment to reflect a little on this building that we are sitting in, the fact that you're finally back to practicing in your own gym, that you have everything just outside of your office instead of walking across campus or driving to OCC or anything like that.
Oh, it's been really convenient, really nice. We're really appreciative of all the great donors that have contributed to this building, and we're appreciative of the weather this summer that allowed it to be done on the probably 5th or 6th time it was set to get done. And yeah, watching the stages go up and all that, I mean, it's a beautiful building, and they're still pouring into it, still doing things for it. So being able to practice on a full-size court, we've been practicing the form, and it's not a regulation court for the last 2.5+ years, so, and then not having an on-campus game. So it'd be nice to be able to be on campus and play games in front of our fans and have them enjoy our nice new building too, especially coming from somebody that was spent over 25 years in that pit, which is really special to me. So, but I'm sure this place is going to get there too, and it's already special to me, so it's not going to get there. So it's like, we're just kind of adapting and adjusting, and you know, learning all kinds of things like the acoustics, and there's, you know, longer court, and there's just all kinds of different things. But it's a beautiful building, and we hope that we have nice crowds here to come support us this year at home. You
will have plenty of home games because PacWest schedule is really big. There's also couple other non-conference games you got, including having a highly regarded Cal State San Marcos team come up here in December, and that also plays into the middle of the PacWest schedule, which is quite busy. plenty of teams, home and away, of course, this year. A couple of teams are just playing once, most teams are playing twice. You mentioned APU ran the table last year, but they're not the only ones that are looking good this year.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I'm not super familiar with a lot of these teams, just kind of watching film, and then with the transfer portal and lots of graduation and stuff like that. So, you know, as we get closer, we'll try to do that right now, really focusing on our team and then our upcoming games. But there's a lot of really good teams. I know there's excellent coaching in this conference, and it's going to be a battle every night. I've already coached against a lot of these coaches before when they were in the GSAC, so or know them through that part, and then you know, just in the coaching world, it's actually a smaller fraternity than we think sometimes, and so I'm looking forward to those challenges. These coaches in this league are going to challenge me and help me be a better coach, and we're all going to be pushed. So, you know, in this transition year, it's going to be really a learning year for our players and for myself as well. You know, as we try to get to the point where we can actually compete with our top teams in this league and the national level. That's going to be our goal. We're going to try to get there as quickly and smoothly as possible.
What are some road trips that you're excited to go take again, now that a lot of those teams that you used to play 15 years ago are back on the schedule?
Well, I don't know about excited, but I think the biggest trip of the year I'm excited is non-con. I've never been to Canada. Believe it or not, I've never been to Canada, so it's going to be fun for me and for the girls. And then, you know, some of the old things like going and playing at Azusa, because they're always really good. We've always had great games of those, playing at Biola in those gyms, reconnecting with Westmont. We've had great games over the years, you know, both there and at home. You know, driving up there to go to play Fresno Pacific. It's been a while since we used to go play Fresno, the Northern California trips, and then we got, of course, renew our stuff with, you know, we were playing William Jessup in Menlo last year as they joined the conference as us, and then also Point Loma. I'd love to go down to Point Loma. That's one of the most beautiful campuses in the country. And I've known Charity, the coach there, for many, many years, and she does an excellent job. You know, actually coached against her years ago when she was at Cal Baptist. You know, so it's like, so, you know, those are all people that I consider friends and colleagues, and so that's going to be great. I have a lot of respect for the teams in this conference, and a lot of respect for the coaches and how they coach, how they recruit. You know, I think this is going to be a great job for us. I do miss our GSAC like anybody would that's been that much time in, but I'm excited to reunite with some of these coaches, and I know how much better how much they made me be a better coach when I competed with them before.
So what then does success look like for you and the ladies in year number 1 of the PacWest?
I really don't know if we're going to put numbers on wins and losses. It's going to be more of a daily growth than for us to just make sure that we're competing at the best we can be. I just want them to be the best they can be, you know. And if you ask for much more than that, then you know, then you're asking for too much. If we go out there, we compete every possession, and we go out there and do the things we're supposed to do, and then the scoreboard usually takes care of itself. I've learned in my 45 years of coaching that, you know, and control the controllables, and you know, it's like it's a level up. And although we've competed well against these programs in the past, it's a lot different now. So we'll kind of see how we do. I mean, I usually have a good idea, but right now I'm not really sure. So until we get out there and start playing this stuff, and then having a new team and mixing all that too, so that'll, you know, we're trying to learn every day, and we are learning. Some things we're still struggling with, but I think every team in America right now is struggling. That biggest challenge for us is having, you know, the rules of the NCAA allow you to not practice as early as we used to practice. So throwing everything in so fast and always having lots of different things has been a challenge that, you know, that we're learning on the fly. So yeah, I'm just looking forward to the whole process. Walking out there on that court for the first time, you know, in front of a good crowd, and you know, it's going to bring back all kinds of memories of the pit, and then you know, memories in this new building.
So make sure you are out here in November on the 21st to see them take on Westcliff. And then again, throughout the next couple months as we move from 2024 into 2025, plenty of games on the schedule. Again, the PacWest with 14 teams means there are plenty of home dates for you to get out here to the Freed Center to walk through the Russ Davis lobby down there to come see his troops take on the new foes out there this year. Coach, thanks so much for joining us. We're excited for you to get going in the PacWest. Excited to get your season back underway, and we will be seeing you down on the court soon.
Yeah, thanks for all you do, and looking forward to seeing all the fans out there this year. Thank you.